The future for Steph Curry look bleak. It looks really bleak. It's about to be a wrap. And there's some major changes that have to happen for him to be able to continue. Otherwise, they are going to burn this man out. And that's real unfortunate. But here's why I'm going to tell you why his future looks bleak. Okay? First of all, this previous series that he just went through was one of the most grueling series that he probably has ever gone through. Okay, the way Houston was holding this man was something I don't think that the Warriors were prepared for. They made him run like he had never ran before. He has a system where that's his game, right? That's part of how he goes. But it was high pressure, high intensity, and super extra physical the entire series. So what happens is Steph Curry, with the weight of the world on his shoulders, mentally, because that's what this is about, puts all of this extra pressure on top of that pressure on himself to perform. And that's a real bad thing. Okay? Because unless you are like Mike and you are on straight, utter domination in a very aggressive manner, you are susceptible to injury. And I truly feel this is why Steph Curry got hurt. Because Steph Curry's mindset is slightly different than the killer mentality. It's not more of a killer mentality. He has more of a hero mentality. His hero mentality says, I gotta save everybody. That is a lot different than, say for instance, the MJ mentality, which is, I'm gonna destroy all of you. That energy, when you say, I gotta, or you have the feeling of, I must help, when overused, causes the nervous system to malfunction, which makes you susceptible to these weird phantom injuries. Because hamstring pull, you have access to the greatest stretchers and physical therapy and hydration and medicine and everything, and you mean to tell me something happens all of a sudden when you ain't even really being guarded like that, to where you have a hamstring issue, muscle fibers? It's deeper. It's a lot deeper than what people think. People think it's just there's a cut and dry, oh no, your body is just blah, blah, blah. No, your mind and the mind-body connection and the mind-body-spirit connection is extremely, extremely overlooked. Extremely overlooked. You can get hurt simply by thinking about being hurt. And I'm not saying that Steph was doing that. What I'm saying is that he kept dumping responsibility on top of himself. And unfortunately, the person to blame for this is Steve Kerr. Because Steve Kerr, he really thought he had Mike. He really thought he had Mike. And I get it. He has a version of him. But he don't got a straight, I'ma go out there Achilles style and run through an entire brigade of an army, right? Steph Curry goes in with, I'm here to defend the land. So if they're coming, that's when I will perform. MJ was the one who would run out there as the enemies are coming towards them. He'll run out there and run through them. That's a different mindset. That's a different mentality. And I don't think Steve Kerr necessarily knows that's what he's dealing with, because if he did, they would have had a system prepared for when Steph Curry falls, and he did not have one. That's how I know he really don't know what he got. He really don't know the essence of Steph Curry, because if he knew that, he would have been training and having the Warriors ready for the time where this would occur, especially as deep as they were in the playoffs. They looked completely disorganized, completely discombobulated. Why? Because they were relying on their hero to defend them. That's why. That's because it's not to say that Jimmy ain't got his own powers. It's not to say that Draymond ain't got his own powers. It's not to say that Buddy Hield ain't show up and use some of his powers. It's to say that they were unprepared for their hero to vanish. They were completely unprepared. And that is really unfortunate, but they should have known that that was a possibility, a very strong possibility. If there is an enemy out there who is willing to very scrutinizingly, strategically analyze your game and say, you guys are going to have to beat us without Steph Curry. And that's what happened in Houston. They said, we're going to destroy your hero and see how strong of a system you have. That exposed it. That exposed it, because now going into the Timberwolves series, and we didn't know at first. But going into the Timberwolves series, and you're in the first game, after calming down, after getting back and everything is okay. Mind you, they didn't have a lot of rest either. But after you get a certain amount of, okay, we accomplished the next mission, now we're on to the next task. And now it's time for you to perform again. All of a sudden, the incredible weight of all of the world comes back on you, and that's when it snaps you. That's when something happens to your body. And usually when it's mental, it's muscular. It's like muscular, it's like tendon, it's like something of that nature. Because why? Because your brain is a muscle, and your brain works the muscles, and it's the control center of the muscles. And if it feel at any point a little bit of, hey, it's too much, it's going to make you sit down. It's going to force you to sit down. And that's what happened. His mind said, no, dog, no, not this time. We're not gonna do this. We're not ready for this. And could he have gotten to the point where he, got better? Only if he had a different mentality. That's why the future looks bleak for him, because if he continues with this mindset, if he continues in the direction of, I must save everybody, and not go in with, who do you think you are coming at me? I'm going to destroy you. It's going to be a hard fought battle for him for the next few years. So he's going to have to completely switch up and change his body chemistry from his control center to be able to get the mind-body understanding to weather those type of storms. You can't stop me mentality. So yeah, that's what I got for y'all, man. Look, shoot me a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, that's the way I analyze the game. If you like the way I analyze the game, obviously make sure you latch on to these. All right, but outside of that, I got some gear. I got a website. If you want to support, go to www.mindsetmattersmore.store. That's where you can kind of check out. I got hats, I got shirts, stuff like that. And again, if you appreciate the way I deliver, all right, if you appreciate the way I'm thinking, I also send out emails where I try to gear your mind towards your potential, helping you to really think about what you're doing, own your today. Okay, and that is at www.mindsetmattersmore.net. I got the email list on the website. Jump in. Let's get it. All right. But other than that, I'd love to hear what you got to say about this. And yeah. Make sure you like, subscribe, all of the above, so you can help us build. Let's get it.